coming up. As a nation, we're all great at helping others, but terrible when it comes to asking for help ourselves. Do you find yourself bottling up your problems until you reach breaking point? Do you take on the stress of others without asking for anything in return? And are you afraid to admit you're not okay? Well, believe it or not, you're not alone. Stay tuned to find out how the power of faith helped our live guests, and it can help you to do the same.
Hi, welcome to Finding Answers. We are starting tonight's program with something very interesting tonight. You know, many times people, they have a problem. Pastor Christian, good evening.
Good evening, Pastor.
And this problem is what makes people's life not to move forward. Is when you get stuck in a situation and you don't ask for help.
Mm-hmm.
You find yourself stuck, and then you allow maybe pride, maybe arrogance, I don't know, maybe a feeling inside of you, maybe shyness, I don't know, but sometimes you need help, but you are not able to ask for help. And that problem remains, that situation remains, and the time passes and the situation is there, and you're getting more and more frustrated. Pastor Christian, we see so many people getting frustrated in life because they don't do one simple thing, is to ask for help.
And you know, Pastor, this is a serious problem actually, because it can make the problem worse. Ne? But if we think about why people don't really ask for help, like you said, maybe there are many reasons why. Maybe people are shy. Maybe people, you know, pride is one of them, isn't it?
Yeah.
A person who doesn't admit that they need help, so they don't ask for help. They want to do things on their own. They think they can do things on their own, alone. But also, I was thinking here, Pastor, maybe there are some people as well who even tried to ask for help before and they were disappointed.
Yes, true.
You know, there are people that maybe in the beginning, when they had a serious problem, they approached someone they trusted, and then ask that person for help, but instead of receiving help, you know, they were betrayed.
Yeah.
This is a serious thing. And now how can they, you know, trust other people again?
There's an open wound that's inside of the person. You know, once your trust is broken, it's very difficult for someone to trust again. And maybe you're watching this program tonight and you have been going through these problems in your life. You have difficulties in trusting others, because the first day or the first time that you trusted someone, you saw that your trust was broken because that person didn't correspond to what you needed. And today you are there inside of you crying out for help. You need help. You are going through a problem. You're going through a situation in your life, in your family, maybe in your relationship, maybe in your financial life. You have been struggling a lot, and maybe you are pretending to be okay, but inside, Pastor Christian, it's broken. Because this person is not able to say, I need help.
Yes.
I need to come out of this situation. I have been like this for many years. Some people, they have been, you know, a lifetime already. And they keep having this inside of them because maybe, yes, it's true, a pride is inside. You know, you think that, no, I'm not going to ask any help because I can handle everything on my own. But the truth is that the problem is still there.
Yes, and they cannot solve the situation. You have to be the judge of your life. If you see that you know, your problem has been there going on for a long time and you are not asking for help, like we're talking about here, Pastor, it may be because of many reasons. If you are hurt inside, you are disappointed, and maybe you think, so if I was disappointed, I cannot trust anyone. It's better for me to be alone. It's better for me to keep it on myself. But this is really dangerous, because being alone, were you able to solve your problem? Being alone, okay, you're alone now. You're not trusting anyone. And then, did your situation become better? If not, this is what we're saying. You need to be able to open up again. And I hope the program tonight, Pastor, can touch many people's life, because when you are able to open up and ask for help, ask for an assistance, then your situation will be lighter.
Yeah, it's true. Your situation can change. You just need to build up what we call an intelligent faith. You have to have faith in God. You know, sometimes the biggest issue in your life is because you have lost your faith in God. First of all, you don't trust that God can really, you know, help you to sort out your problem, because maybe you have this question in your mind: how can He help me if I can't see Him? How can God do anything for me if I can't touch him? You know, maybe I have these questions inside of you. How can God really be there for me, help me to overcome if I can't touch him, if I can't see him, if I can't hold him? And this faith that you have inside has been broken. And that's the reason why many people, they are not able to see results in their life, because their faith, you know, the faith that's inside of you has been broken. So we want to give you an opportunity tonight to heal that faith of yours in God. We want to give you tonight an opportunity for you to say to yourself, wait a second, I have been going through this problem. When I say this problem, I can mention 1,000 problems. But if you are going through a very difficult time in your life, you know, I am mentioning exactly the problem that you're going through. The thing that's hurting you. You know what I'm talking about. The thing that doesn't let you sleep at night. The thing that's taking your peace. The thing that's taking your, you know, you want to be happy, but unfortunately, that thing is inside of you causing sadness. Yes, I'm talking about this kind of problem. And I want to show you that through the power of faith, it is possible. Look at me, please. It is possible. Please, look at me. It is possible. You can change your life. You just need to believe. If you believe, if there is a little faith inside of you, it can be small as a mustard seed, as the Bible says. But if you believe deep down inside of you and you give God a chance, you can be sure that your life will change. That's why I want to invite you to get ready, because in the last segment of this program tonight, we are going to say a prayer in your behalf. But to prove to you what I'm saying is true, please watch this testimony, and after this testimony, we come back with you all.
It was impossible for me to break free of the drugs, as I was surrounded by drugs. I was not only taking drugs, I was also selling drugs. I was dating drug dealers. Everything around me, all my surroundings was to do with drugs. I had no normal life. My life was based on all kinds of drugs and alcohol. So for me, this was an impossible case. By coming to the church, I soon learned how to have strength, and I was taught how to use my faith, and putting the two together, I was able to get rid of this addiction. It didn't happen overnight, but within the first few weeks, I already saw changes, and the impossible case became possible.
Hi, welcome back. As you could see, this testimony, it's a proof that when you use your faith, it is possible to change your life. Maybe you have been, you know, postponing because you don't have inside of you that freedom to say, I need help. Because you have asked help in many wrong places. You have asked help in many wrong places. And that you found yourself betrayed, hurt, and now you don't have the strength anymore to believe in someone else. But I want to let you know that it is possible with God, and God will help you to deal with that issue inside of you. And tonight we are here with Rachel. Good evening, Rachel.
Good evening. Yeah, it's a very interesting topic tonight, because especially as Brits, we are notorious for keeping a stiff upper lip, or in other words, keeping a lid on our feelings, which all comes down to kind of a fear of asking for help and not showing our true feelings. But is this always a bad thing? Well, there are definitely positives in showing determination to carry on in the face of difficult situations sometimes. For instance, after the London terrorist attacks, expressing panic and distress could actually be dangerous and could kind of cause more of a negative feeling. But when people grit their teeth and they just got on with things, continuing on with their lives afterwards, it did leave a feeling of encouragement and communal strength. So in many ways, people commended Brits for, you know, keeping going, keeping a brave face and getting through things, even if they were feeling scared. However, this might be the case collectively, but many studies have shown that it can be detrimental to bottle up emotion individually for our own sake. So for instance, psychologist James Gross asked volunteers to conceal their emotional reactions when watching an anxiety-inducing scene from a movie. He then asked a group to watch the movie with no instruction to hide their emotions, so they were free to show however they felt as they watched this scene. Afterwards, the group who had been told to hide their feelings performed much, much worse in a test that quizzed them on what happened in this scene. So it's very interesting. It does show that suppressing emotions can be harmful, not just for our memory and concentration, but also in terms of feelings resurfacing later in life. So I think ultimately it comes down to knowing when we can express our feelings and confide in the right person. As Pastor David was saying, it doesn't do just to show our feelings and to ask for help from the wrong people, but if we confide in the right people, then it is definitely beneficial. And obviously in other situations, if we know that we have to stay quiet until we can find someone we can confide in, I think that's probably the best way that we can go about it. What do you think? Do you agree with that, Pastor David?
Yeah, definitely, because if you keep inside suppressing your feelings, you don't express who you are. And later on in life, you're going to deal with the situation. You know, ignoring it doesn't make that, it doesn't bring a solution to it. Ignoring it is still there. You are just ignoring it. So sometimes you allow this fear inside of you to take a bigger proportion. You know, it's one question. Can you please help me? One question. You can hear a no, but the no is already guaranteed, right, Rachel? Do you believe?
Yeah, it's true. And people, I think, are becoming obviously more isolated and scared to ask for help. I mean, I remember myself, I was traveling last year and I lost my phone, and I had to ask people for directions. And you're amazed at how helpful people are when you do actually ask for help, and how you kind of almost forget about that because people rely so heavily on their phone and on things like Google and can easily isolate themselves in a bubble. You forget that actually human nature, people do help and people are willing to help.
Yes, and you, my friend, who's watching this program, maybe you are watching us now in your house and you have an issue, have a problem. I want to invite you, please give us a call at 020-7686-6300, or if you prefer, email us at help@findinganswers.tv, and we will be glad to talk to you and help you. I believe that God can help you. It doesn't matter your problem, doesn't matter the situation you're going through. It's possible through the power of prayer. Let's go for a short break. We'll come back after speaking more about this subject, this topic of tonight.
Do the maths. Changing your life is not as simple as changing your hairstyle, your shirt, or rearranging the furniture in your living room. You're talking about years of deep-rooted habits, behaviours and problems that are not going to change overnight. Many may say, think positively, but the trouble with that is that you can't do or change anything with just thoughts. But add action into the equation and the outcome can be different. Let's do the maths. Positive thinking plus action equals a change. Whatever it is, if the change is significant, if it's worthwhile, then it will have to take time, effort and homework from you.
Hi, I'm Chrissy B, and my show is all about improving your mental health and being happy. Join me every Monday, Wednesday and Friday at 10 p.m. on my channel Sky 203. Visit chrissybshow.tv for more information and subscribe to our YouTube channel, Chrissy B Show. You can also follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Chrissy B Show and on our Facebook page, The Chrissy B Show.
Hi and welcome back to Finding Answers, and tonight we're talking about the way in which we don't ask for help. So by the end of this episode, hopefully you will be feeling more confident about asking for the help that you need to solve your own problems. Our live guest is actually going to speak about his problems in just a minute, but before we go there, I want to remind you that you can get in touch with us. We're always here to listen and we're always here to help you with whatever you are going through. So make this the night that you do reach out and get in touch with us. You can phone us on 0207 686 6300. You can also get in touch if you want to email us. It's help@findinganswers.tv. And there's always social media. So if you feel like it, you can send us a message on Facebook. You can look at our posts. You can comment. You just look us up on Facebook. It's Finding Answers. Don't forget to like us. Don't forget to follow us so you see all of our updates. You can also follow us on Instagram. So if you want to see some photos on Instagram, if you want to like something there, maybe you want to comment again and let us know what you think. Just have a look. Look up Finding Answers and you'll find us there. If you want to look up any of the old episodes, just look us up on YouTube. Again, you can search Finding Answers. And don't forget to subscribe. Give us a little thumbs up as well if you like any episodes in particular. Okay, that's all from me now. So we're going to go across to our live guest, Ola, in the studio.
Pushed me for the rest of the week, so it's like a boost.
Things were really tight.
Today, the way I see myself is completely different.
Thank you, Rachel. And we are here through with our live guest, Ola, right?
Yep, hello.
How are you doing?
I'm doing good, Pastor.
How is your life before you came to find God, you find faith in God? Just a second, we have so many people watching us right now, and they are asking themselves, should I try to ask for help? In your opinion, you are going to tell us your story, right? But in your opinion, is it worth to ask for help in God to operate in our life a change?
Yes, I fully agree. Because why is that? Because we tend to see that a lot of people tend to suffer, and it's like God is the only solution. Mm-hmm. It's like the analogy of the haircut. For example, and if I need a haircut, where do I go? I'll go to the barber to go get a haircut. Mm-hmm. So a lot of people don't tend to go to God, but they tend to blame God. For example, they have, the haircut, and for example, their hair is full, but they don't go to the barbers. Mm-hmm. So that's how it is. Mm-hmm. So the only reason why people tend to suffer a lot because they don't go to God. Mm-hmm. And they don't really try God, they don't really test God. And I've seen God works in my life because I tested God. Because there's a difference between saying you know God and putting God to the test.
So there was a point in your life you said yes to God.
Yes, Pastor.
And He changed your life.
Yes, Pastor.
So, yeah. See, Pastor Christian, how it works. Mm-hmm. It works.
Yes.
It's impossible that the Word of God cannot, work in your life. It's impossible. The Word of God works. But like he said very well, the person has to come to God. She can't be afraid of not asking help in God. Yes,
Pastor, that's very interesting. Like he said, I really like the analogy. You cannot blame the barber if your hair is, big like this, everywhere. If you don't go to him. But the thing is this, some people they ask, but why do I have to approach God? God is all-knowing, all-powerful. So for sure He knows my situation. If He knows my situation, He can just do something. And this is a wrong idea because, we call Him God for a reason, isn't it? He is not our servant. We need to humble ourselves. It's not about if He can do it. No, for sure He can do. But remember, there's even a passage where Jesus said, you have to come to me. All of you who are tired and I will give you rest. So that's the point. People must humble themselves, ask Him for help so that He can work like in the life of our guests.
Hey, you're saying that, I remembered even the passage in the Bible that talks about that blind man that shouted, Son of David, have mercy of me. Mm-hmm. And everybody came to him and said, hey, keep quiet, don't bother.
Yes.
Don't bother the master, don't bother. Mm-hmm. And he kept shouting louder. He kept expressing his faith louder until Jesus called him. And when He called him and He told him, I'm blind, He said, your faith has healed you.
He even asked, isn't it? Yeah. What do you want me to do? Yeah. It's like the guy was blind and Jesus asked, what do you... It's like Jesus couldn't see.
Yeah,
he could, right? He could, the blind man can say, oh, can't you see what's happening to me?
Yeah, it's true.
But why did Jesus ask something very obvious there? Because like you said, He needed to express His faith. When you talk, it comes out from inside of you.
So, tell us about your life. How was your life before you met this awesome God that we're talking about? But how was your life before?
My life, before knowing God was destroyed. because I really grew up already knowing about God, but never having a real relationship with Him. So I used to go through sleepless nights. I used to feel that something's on top of me. I used to do a lot of fraud. I used to sleep around a lot as well. And also me and my mum and my brother's relationship wasn't really good as well. So that's how I came to know God.
That's how you were before.
That's right.
So tell us about that sleepless nights. What caused that sleepless nights?
I don't know, Pastor. Realistically, I don't know. Because there's days that I'll just go to bed and the next morning I'll find a t-shirt around my neck. I used to wake up with scars on my body. It just wasn't nice. I used to be scared to go to sleep because I used to think, something's going to attack me again. I couldn't breathe at one moment, and I thought this day that I thought I died because I literally saw my body on my bed. I said, is this it? But then I just came out, I woke up again, I was like, so it was not nice. It was really nice.
Yeah, maybe this person watching this program right now, she's been going through the same similar problem than you. You know, some people, they may say, this thing doesn't happen, but they've never experienced in their lives. But when you experience something like this, it's distressing, right?
It's very, very distressing. You're scared to go to sleep, which means that the next morning you're going to be struggling to get out of bed. You're going to have a rough day. Because why? Because you didn't get good sleep.
Good sleep.
Yeah.
And what about the relationship with your family? You're saying
because I was always out and about, you know, I needed to go make money, so I was never in the house. So, for example, I used to come home very, very late. Sometimes my mum would call me. I wouldn't pick up the calls because it was either I was at parties or I was at my friend's house trying to make money. So that's how I was, and because my brother was there as well, he didn't really talk to me like that. I talked to him, but I wouldn't talk to him like a brother-to-brother situation. I wouldn't tell him how things were. So like I kept distance away from my brother and my mum as well, and I didn't open up to my family to see. I didn't open up to my family to let them know what's happening.
So you didn't ask for help in your family, even though you're going through a problem within you, and your family for sure will be there to help you. Right, Pastor Christian? I believe family, it's a foundation of any society, and that's where we rely help from. But you didn't have the courage to say your problem and ask for help.
Yes, it's true, Pastor.
Right?
So,
and you carry that inside of you.
Yes,
so how was your life? You said that you were involved in fraud as well.
Yes, because there was one situation where that my mum, her contract finished for one job, and at that time I was going to college, and I asked my mum for £1 so I can take the train to go to college, and she didn't have. And the bills was piling up, and I said, wow, like, now what am I going to do? And I remember I had a friend that he was doing it, but because I knew that it was wrong, so I never jumped into it straight away. So he said to me, Allah, just give me the £20 inside your account and you start everything. And I said, no, that's my last money, but. And then, so I took out the £20, gave it to him. That's how I started beginning to do fraud. And the way it started, it was like, I said, I'm only going to do this once.
Yeah, that's the biggest problem of
the worst thing.
Everyone.
And as soon as I jumped, as soon as I started doing it, I was an addict. I needed to show off because I used to go to college with the same clothes every day. And I did feel embarrassed because there's one time my shoes had holes, and I was like, what am I going to do now? What am I going to do? My mum is struggling, I have no money, I have no income coming. So that's when I started to do fraud, and I had many possessions. I used to go eat Lobster, had one of the best watches. The lifestyle was there, Pastor.
So you had a lifestyle, right? You had apparently the glamour. But how were you inside?
I was really, really depressed and really sad inside because I knew that one day I'm either gonna end up dead or get caught by the police. And I feel that my mum will be even more stressed because she's really stressed over me already because the time that I'll come home, there's days that I'll just come in at any time and she will be so worried about me, and I wouldn't care, I wouldn't say nothing to her.
Your mom would be worried about you, but you wouldn't care.
I just wouldn't care.
But deep down inside of you, you cared about your mom, right? No, this is important to say because many families who are watching us right now maybe have the same problem. Right. The mother maybe think, my son doesn't care. Look what he's doing. Look how he's behaving. Look at his lifestyle. The mom may think about it, and she may think that the child is a bad child, but the truth is that the child is a bad child. It's because there is a problem there. There's a spiritual problem, right? You had a spiritual problem that led you to live that kind of life because you wanted to be famous, let's say.
Because with me, I was quite a shy guy, so I wouldn't want to show too much. So I had it all, but like for example, the girls would see that it's something to make money. Like, how's you doing? Like out the blue. Come to college with, the best designer garments, clothes and all sorts, and that lifestyle was like, wow, like, in that time it looked amazing, but a lot of people didn't realize deep, like a lot of people don't see the inside. So on the outside I was like, yeah, I have it all, but really and truly deep down I was really, really sad, and what made me sad even more that my mom was getting more sad as well, and just knew that one day I might end up dead or getting caught by the police, and if you get nicked and if you get caught with fraud, you can make your whole family blacklisted.
Yeah, it's true.
So that's what really, really affected me. But at the same time, I didn't want to stress my mom out too much with financial problems. That's why I went to fraud. So I didn't open up to mom that this is what I'm doing.
So how old were you at that time?
I was like 17, 18.
You started in that life?
Yeah, that's when I started in that life.
So, and what about the rest? About your health? You had never had the health problems?
In fact, I did. I remember one time I thought I caught STD, and the day I found out, I was like, I just started to think about life. Like, wait, where did I just get this from? Like, it hit me hard. I'm not gonna lie to you, boss. It really did hit me hard. I was about to cry. Then I went to God, saying, God, why did you let this happen to me?
Then you blamed God for that.
And I was like, but at the end of the day, I knew the solution was God. So I prayed to God. I prayed. I went.
You had faith inside of you.
I had faith.
Even though you believed in God, even though you were going through that problems, you chose that path of life. But deep down inside of you believed in God, right? And this is what happens with many people that are watching us right now, Pastor Christian. We cannot say they don't have faith in God. Because maybe she's watching us right now and she's still remaining watching us because she has faith in God. Because she believes that her life can change, the situation can change. But many, as we say in the topic of the program, they don't ask for help.
Yes, they don't ask for help because maybe the understanding that they have about God is completely different. Like he said that he believes in God, but he wouldn't ask for help because he thought he was alone. I mean, think about this. If you know that there is someone that can truly help you, I mean, you would be out of your mind if you don't approach the person. Yeah? The first time there is a problem, you would approach. Why? Because you know that the person has the solution for your problem. Yeah? So the thing is this, people believe in God, but probably the belief that they have is just, based on a religion. Like we said many times, so many people believe that God is there, I am here, and that's it. So they don't really experience, the power of this belief. In his case, your life started changing when you finally understood, I need to ask God for help, isn't it? And that's where your life turned around, eh?
No, this is not exactly. So basically, I went for God. I went to go ask God, and God somehow did something. How can I say? He healed me somehow. Because when I went to the doctor said it's not STD, just something wrong with the kidneys that you just need to drink. I said,
wrong report.
I said, okay. I said, okay, thank you God. And then I went back to the life.
My friend, please. I'm going to come and talk to you in the next segment. We are going to go for a short break. If you want, please call us now at 020-7686-6300. And if you're going through a problem or suffering, a situation in your life where you need help, Cry out for help. Send us an email at help@findinganswers.tv if you would like to, and I'll be glad to talk to you. And I believe that the power of God will help you to change your story. Let's go for a short break. We'll come back to understand more what all is saying about.
Do the maths. Changing your life is not as simple as changing your hairstyle, your shirt, or rearranging the furniture in your living room. You're talking about years of deep-rooted habits, behaviours and problems that are not going to change overnight. Many may say, think positively, but the trouble with that is that you can't do or change anything with just thoughts. But add action into the equation and the outcome can be different. Let's do the maths. Positive thinking plus action equals a change. Whatever it is, if the change is significant, if it's worthwhile, then it will have to take time, effort and homework from you.
Hi, welcome back to Finding Answers. And tonight's topic, we are asking you and we are telling you why people don't ask for help. Maybe you're watching this program and you have been there suffering a lot. You have been going through a battle that you are taking it on board only for yourself, by yourself. You don't let anyone in. You don't ask God you don't ask God, you don't ask your family, you don't ask anyone. You're trying to sort out everything on your own. And that's why the problem is been escalating. It's growing bigger and bigger by the moment. If you want to see a change in your life, a transformation in your life, I want to invite you to hear the testimony of all that we are here with our live guest tonight. And it is amazing because he was just telling us in the last segment that he asked God for help in the health issue he had. God answered, and then he said, "Thank you, God," and he turned his back. Let's hear more about this story. Hi, Ola. You were just telling us a few minutes ago, right, that you had an issue, a health problem, correct?
Yes, Pastor.
What was it?
So, it wasn't STD. It was something to do with my kidney. I don't know what happened, but the doctor said there's nothing wrong. You just need to drink more water.
So you heard a thing, but then you realized it was something else.
Yeah.
But you had asked God for help.
I was like, God, please help me if you can. If you're up there, help me. I believe in you, but I want to see your power in my life. And
when you went to the doctor, you just found that was a problem with the kidneys.
Yeah, that's all.
So this went for a long time?
No.
Because you went back to God after, or you turned your back again from God?
I turned my back again. I turned my back again. So, so the way it happened was that, because I asked God for help, I've seen it. I said, okay, so I know this. I know that God is really real, but I'm not ready. Let me go out there and enjoy life. That was what was in your mind.
Yes, Pastor. You wanted to enjoy life.
Yes, Pastor.
But what was in your mind? Because sometimes, this thing happens a lot, especially in youths. You know, they are thinking, I want to enjoy life. Why can't you enjoy life with God? Makes no sense. What do you mean enjoying life? What was for you, in your perspective, in that time, what was for you enjoying life? What do you consider enjoying life?
Having, the girls, having the money.
So wait a second, having girls, what else?
Having money.
Lots of money.
Yeah, and just, be the guy, the top guy, that everyone, like he's the guy. Like,
he's the guy.
He's the guy, that's what I wanted to be.
That's what you wanted?
Yes, Pastor.
So you see, you wanted money, girls, right? You wanted to do everything that you should not do, right? And that's what many people, they're going through. They think that when you are with God, you can't have a good wife, a good life. You can't have money, you can't have success. People sometimes attribute God as misery, as poverty.
Right.
The religion has been saying this for all these years, that the poorer you are, the closer you are to God. And this is a lie. This is not true. It makes no sense. How can God, creator, our Father, give us poverty? Makes no sense.
Doesn't make any sense. And when you ask about this, why many youth, it's harder for them to really surrender their life to God, like in your case. I was really thinking, why is that? And he was saying because of money, because of girls. But actually, if you really summarize everything, it's because in general, people doesn't like rules. They want to do things their way, and that is the problem of humans. We want to do things our way. We want to think now, but you know what? If God is good, He can see that my heart is good as well, and my mind is good, my intentions are good. God knows this.
You had that in your mind, eh?
Because I knew that, that because I knew about God and the devil as well. So I knew that at any moment I could go to God. God, I gave you my life, and
that's it.
That's it.
So I knew it. You see, it's like, you know what, God will not. God is a loving God. I mean, He will not send anyone to hell. And all of these are, it's a mixture of truth and lies. We tend to pick the characteristic of a God that we want to believe, and that is not really helpful, because, like you said, many people, they believe in a religious God. So it seems like what we are saying is that if you start following God, you need to be up. Yeah? You have to walk like this in the street. Right? You have to be praying in the street like this. And these are all religion. It has nothing to do with who God is. If people only knew the real God, the God that we are trying to, let's say, explain to them, the God that changes people, then they will have a different idea. The God that we're talking about is the God that answers prayers, the God that can change, lives.
It works, right? For example, what was the worst moment of your life? What was the most terrible moment in your life?
I remember there's one time I was in a car with 3 guys, and then we went to another area to go see one girl. And then 2 guys on a moped came, and then I looked at them. They looked inside the car, and I looked to the driver. Let's go. There's going to be problems. Then the 2 guys on the moped came back. They even came back with a van. And then one of the guys on the moped took out a knife. It was very, very long. And because it was face to face, I looked at the guy. He looked at me, and I saw the blade. I said, this one, I looked to God. I cried out to God again. I said, God, please, I know I'm about to die right now, but just give me one more chance, and I'll give you my life. And as soon as I made that prayer, the guy put the knife away. Then he said, I'm sorry. And then you just drove it. You just do it. And then I said, wait, what just happened? I was about to die. The way the car was, there was no escaping, because there was 2 cars. There's one car in front, one car behind, and the van was blocking us. And I was in the front seat, talking to the guy like, please, give me one more chance. But in my mind, I'm praying to God. And when that happened, I was like, wow, I need to take God seriously, because if God can do this, how much more can God do?
Yeah, it's true.
Then from there, but because of that situation, I didn't go straight to God straight away. I made that prayer. God saved me again. But then, a couple months after, because I was going to the help center at the same time, so they was really helping me as well, overcome the problems. And then it got to that point where that I remember that situation, and I said, God, I can't be like this no more. I can't, know you, knowing that you're there and still living this life. And I knew that if I carry on doing fraud, I'm going to end up getting caught. Yeah, and if I carry on, having the wrong friends, I'm going to end up dead or in prison. And that's what really, really hit me, like rock bottom hit me. I was like, wow.
You realized if you carry on going that way,
it's game over.
It was game over.
Especially when I knew about hell as well.
Mm-hmm.
And that split second when that car situation happened, that's when I knew that hell was at the door.
Mm-hmm.
I could have died and go hell.
Mm-hmm.
Then from there, I just made a decision. I remember I cut off all the wrong friends. Plus it was a holiday as well. So I remember they would call me, they'd say, oh, when are you coming out to this? I said, no, I'm busy. I'm doing something. So I always kept myself busy so I won't have time for them.
Mm-hmm.
So then gradually things start to change. It was difficult. It was difficult because your body you need to first get used to that life because you're coming from a life that was different to a new life. The transition is different. It's quite difficult.
Mm-hmm.
So I made that decision. I think start changing. The relationship with me, my mum, and my brother. I could talk to my brother about anything now. I could talk to my mum. Like, Mum, hey, how are you? How's things? And I stopped doing fraud now, and I work in a job that's very, very good. That pays really, really good as well.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like because of that job, I have no reason to look to fraud.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't want to go back to that old life you had before?
I don't want to. Honestly speaking, Master, I don't want to because it's just like a pig. You clean the pig, it's going to go back to the mud.
Mm-hmm.
I said, I'm not a pig, so that's what happened.
So who is Holler today?
I'm a new man, Pastor. I'm a new man. As I said, currently working in a job that I wanted, and it's helping me, to progress with my career. And also, I can sleep perfectly. I can, go to bed, wake up happy. I don't wake up with t-shirts around my neck no more. And just know that I can live another day smiling. I don't need to worry about death no more. I don't need to worry about police after me. Everything is all good. It's not good in the sense of my life is perfect, but there's still things I want to achieve. But my life is, I know where I'm going basically.
Yeah, you're completely changed now.
Completely new.
You're not involved in that kind of life anymore.
No, Pastor.
You sleep well at night.
Perfect, Pastor.
Everything's changed when you asked really God for help.
Yeah, and also made a vow with God as well.
Me.
So I said, oh God, I'm going to give you my life, but you need to protect me from death and also from the police as well. So God, the day I turn back, let anything happen. But the day that I give my life to you, I need protection, I need this, and then here I am today, Pastor.
You are free.
Free now.
Happy man. Strong. And how is your family?
My family, we started to get together now. I talk to my brother now, talk to my mum. That's all, Pastor.
Faith works.
Faith works, but faith in God works.
So what would you say to this person that's watching us right now?
Well, what to say to them is like, test God. There's even a Bible verse in the Bible that says, try me now in this, and if I'm not open the windows of heaven and bless you that your room won't be able to store it. And then it's like, all you need to do is test God. Test God. God, if you're real, I want to see you this. God, if you're real, I want to see my family change. God, if you're real, I want to see my financial change. God, if you're real, I want to sleep well at night. It's all about the power of testing God.
And answers come.
And answers come.
Can you see? The same can happen to you right now. Sometimes you are there, crying a lot because of the suffering that you're going through. I want to tell you, it is enough. You don't need to carry like this. Join us in the next segments for the prayer. And I believe that God is going to do a great thing for you. Let's go for a short break. When we come back with Pastor Christian, and we're going to say a prayer in your behalf, determining your victory. If you want, email us at help@findinganswers.tv, or if you prefer, give us a call at 020-7686-6300. And an advisor will be in the other line to talk to you, to guide you, to help you, to give a word of faith that will make you move forward. Remember, there is nothing wrong in asking for help.
Where DKW a different kind of woman. So I want to find out if you might have dyslexia.
My memory's not too good today.
And it's almost like you have to be this superwoman.
Years and years ago when I watched Titanic, and obviously My Heart Will Go On came on, and it just brought me back to that time.
And I was with 4 other sisters. Lord have mercy. So you know how they were. You're not gonna go over there and say nothing.
Come on, a little closer now, and let me know that you're mine. Woo!
It's going to be your turn to do your macaroons. No competition.
We're here at Britain's Top Designer 2015.
This is DKW. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next week.
If I tell you a story and you like that story, what kind of story is it?
It's a comedy.
No. Manchester
United.
I'm a pro.
Although I'm Chelsea. Love talk, time to communicate.
Okay. Say that word, but differently.
It's time to communicate. Right, so we are in a relationship.
What were you doing? You're not supposed to tell me the word. We are in a marriage.
Yes.
Okay.
And we are very serious about it. So what does that say?
A serious marriage.
No. It has to do with your brain.
Intelligence.
What?
Intelligent love.
Yes. See, I'm getting good at this.
Love Talk on my channel, Sky 203, every Saturday, 3 p.m.
Hi, welcome back in the last segment of Finding Answers. And as we're saying today, there's no problem asking for help. You know, Pastor Christian, as I was saying this, I remembered when I was younger and we went in a family trip with my parents. You know, that time there was no GPS, there was no smartphones, there was nothing. We had the map in the paper. And my father had a problem. He never asked for help in directions. Never. My God. We were always getting lost, but instead of going and approaching a local and saying, please, can you give me a direction? He used to say, I know the way. I know the way. And we would go around in circles, just to realize that the thing that we wanted was around the corner. And this is what happens with many people. They just need to approach God and ask for help in an intelligent way, in faith, in intelligent faith. And their lives for sure will change.
For sure. Many people, they have this problem, as if it's like if you ask for help, they are losing power. Yeah? They look weak or powerless, and that's not really true. When we ask for help, we are showing that we are humble. And there are many situations, Pastor, that only with the help of someone we can really achieve the solution. And like we were saying in the beginning, maybe you are traumatized because you asked help from a wrong person and you were disappointed. And here's the thing, we are not asking you to be asking help from anyone. What we're saying is for people to ask help to the one who can truly change them, which is God. When they approach God, I don't believe God will make a mistake in their life, right?
Of course not. If we treat God as a father, you realize that if he's your father, as I am a father, I'm not going to give the worst to my child. If she asks for help, for sure I will help her. It doesn't matter who she is or what she did, it's still my daughter. So God looks at us as his sons and daughters. So why would he not help us in a time of need? Of course he will, but you know, sometimes you have to approach yourself to Him in faith. And that's what many people don't do.
Many people, they prefer to, you know, waste time actually without you know, really doing it on purpose, but they end up wasting time, suffering unnecessarily. When, like you said, the solution is just right beside you. All you have to do is to use the faith that is already inside. The faith that is already inside. If you are still watching us now, it's because, like Pastor David said, you already have the faith. You heard the word, and inside of you there is that belief. Huh? You want to believe. So you already have this. All you have to do now is to manifest this faith. How is that? By asking God for help, and for sure He is going to do something in your life.
Definitely. And if you want, get ready, because we are going to say a prayer now in your behalf. You know, think about all the things that you're going through in your life, and maybe you find yourself, yes, in a situation where you think that there is no way out. You look at your family, you think, what am I going to do with my child who is a drug addict, who is addicted to alcohol, to gambling? What am I going to do with my marriage, with these problems, this broken relationship? What am I going to do in my finances? I'm trying to get a job, I'm trying to move forward, but I'm always receiving no's as a reply, as an answer. And you want to change that situation around. Do you want? I would like to invite you to prepare a glass of water if you have. If you don't have, don't worry. The prayer of faith that we will do will touch you wherever you are. And your life can and will change when you believe and you put this faith in God. Let's get ready for the moment of prayer. My Heavenly Father, you can see right now this person that is taking part with us in this prayer. It doesn't matter where she is at the moment. It doesn't matter, my Lord, her background. It doesn't matter her nationality. It doesn't matter even her religion. My Lord, if there is hope inside this person's heart, there is a belief that her life, his life, their life can change. And if they take part of us, together with us, of this prayer, I know, my Lord, that you are going to touch them right now, wherever they are. You can see the suffering. You can see the pain of this mother who does not know what to do with her child. You can see the pain of this father who has tried to raise up his children in the best way possible, but now his children are turning their back. You can see this woman, my Lord, who is crying in this moment because of the problems that she has in this relationship with her husband, maybe with her boyfriend, with his girlfriend. They are always fighting. They say they love each other, my Lord, but there is no truly love. There is no understanding in this relationship. You can see now the pain that this person is taking inside of her, of him. So Lord, I pray, visit this person today. You can see this father who is the provider of his family, how hard he's working, struggling every day to get a job, to get a salary, to give the best to his children, but the doors are always closed. The doors are closed for his life, and he does not know what to do. But I pray now, my Lord, that you may visit this person, independent of the suffering and pain this person is going through. Let her be touched. Let him be touched now with your power. I say, in the name of Jesus, wherever you are, receive inside of you this power to believe that your life will not be the way that it is. Receive this power to change, to receive in you a strength that will make you stand up and say, God exists. I'm crying, I'm praying to Him, and I know that He is with me, and I'm going to change this situation. If this is inside of you, my friend, right now, receive it. Receive this hope, receive this strength inside of you, and you can be sure that your life will never be the same again. My Father, I ask you, bless this glass of water, this water that's here, and also this person's. Let your Spirit be upon the waters, as the word says. And when she or he drinks of these waters, let them receive hope. Let them receive a new beginning and strength for a new day. I bless in the name of the Lord Jesus Christ. Drink of your water right now by faith. Amen. receive in you now life. It doesn't matter who you are, it doesn't matter your background, it doesn't matter your religion, it doesn't matter where you're from, which country you are from. If there is inside of you a little hope, faith, you can be sure that if you cry out for help, God will stretch His hand to help you. And if you don't know how, if you don't know what to do, if you are trying to do something and you're getting lost all the time, give us a call at 020-7686-6300 and advice will be in the other line. Pastor will be there to pray for you and your behalf. And you can be sure that this situation will change. Or if you prefer, email us at help@findinganswers.tv. May God bless you. It was a pleasure to be here with you tonight. May God bless you in the next opportunity.